Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. I'm going to play this video here, but I want to say a few words before going ahead and playing it, which is, pretty much where I got the inspiration for the title of this lesson. And when you watch this video, it's pretty interesting, right? It says, what is the future of digital clones? And pretty much you have this individual that is able to have a digital clone of himself by providing the AI model videos of him, whoever it is, speaking and all of those things. So it learns your mannerisms, right? It learns your conduct of speech, how you move, if you like to touch your face a lot when you talk, like all those things it can learn. And then it can act as you. So here they talk about people having conferences where it's not really them, it's their AI clone that's actually having the conference and giving the talk and being able to answer these questions as though it's really them, because it's learned everything or the information you've given it about you, so it can play that role. And it's pretty interesting. So I'm going to play the video, but before, I just want to bring out a couple of precepts here, because it's quote unquote cool until it's not, right? Which is, yeah, you can hold a talk without you actually being there, but what happens when somebody uses your information, your videos, to train an AI model and generate content looking as though you did it, but it's not you? What happens when a crime is committed by your AI clone, and then there's a video that's released using your clone to admit to that? And then you, the real person, go and do another video countering that. How does that, you see where the problem lies? Because at the end of the day, it's just going to be you, right? The clone doesn't really exist, but to people, in people's minds, it does, and that's you. So this thing is getting real interesting, and now it's like it's not even every week, it's not every couple of days, it's like every couple of hours there's something new coming out about AI this, AI that, from companies that specialize in AI audio, right, mimicking voices and so on, coming out with new products. I mean, it's just, good Lord. Now you see a video from like a year ago about AI, and it might not be accurate anymore because so much is changing so quickly, right? So this is Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And I wanted to bring this out to emphasize that the means in which they're going to be doing these things is going to be so cunning, so deceptive. Shit, you might even think you're guilty. You might be watching this thing, this clone of you, and it looks, it sounds, it pauses, it mimics everything you do. And the one thing I also wanted to say was, you have already given them information that they need. The Instagrams, WhatsApp, Facebook, all TikTok, all those videos, all those filters, all those pictures that you take, right? All the posts about what you're doing, people post about venting and being angry. They learn from these things. That's data telling it, oh, what makes this guy tick? What is this person into? What does this person's body look like when you're posting all those body pics? When you're liking things, when you're stopping and watching certain videos for a long time, it's able to build a digital personality of you. So now who's the real you? The next one is Jeremiah 30:7, right? Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And that's the part right there, so that none is like it. We're now seeing, right, on a major scale, a time like never before. There's been no point in history where we're seeing things like this, right? And the scripture said that knowledge would be increased. But I mean, this is just something else. And above all that, this is just the beginning of it. So anyway, I'm going to play this real quick. Fair use, not monetizing or anything like that. This is just for informational and educational purposes only. So let's hear this.
Today, I'm meeting a tech boss with an intriguing product, a virtual clone of himself.
No, not at all.
Wayne's digital twin looks and talks just like him, answering potential customer questions at a conference. Hello, Wayne. How are you?
Hey there, I'm doing great.
What's your favorite food? And he's staying on message.
Choosing a favorite is tough. But if I had to pick, I see the ability to create hyper-realistic avatars for real-time interaction is a real game changer.
I asked him.
Now you see how it's you can easily tell, right, based on that. But this this is like an iteration one of whatever it is they're bringing out here. And the important part about this is the more so the concept. The implementation part is easy. If Google was to take something like this and do it, they'd probably do it a million times better, right? So the implementation part is easy. It's the concept, the idea that somebody can put together an AI model, train it on information about you in video context or audio context, and literally have it in like a live session, not a pre-recorded video. We're not talking about like deepfake with a pre-recorded video. We're talking about a live session here. Imagine so they do something, some false event, and have your face on there, and they say you did this. And now you're at home and you turn on the news and they're saying we've captured the suspect and we're interrogating him right now, and they're displaying it to pretty much the whole world on news of you or your clone being currently interrogated. And that's a whole AI, clone right there that they're displaying to the world. And then they block your internet connection, they block your service. So now what? Or maybe they actually capture you, the individual, and then they just use the AI clone to just act like it's actually you saying these things, and then they got you and they're interrogating you in this room and you're confessing to all of these things. Meanwhile, it's one of these. That is the real part to keep in mind.
He tried to sell himself as a product, so...
Not your standard reply. HeyGen is an AI video generator valued at $500 million. It creates AI-powered versions of you to act on your behalf online.
I can basically make a digital clone of myself and have him to do whatever I maybe don't have time, but all I know just how it should be done. I just give him the knowledge and the goal and just go do it. It's like telling an intern what to do.
He actually looks like he's delivering it quite convincingly, like a human would.
Yeah.
How have you done that?
So it's basically based on like a real recording of myself, and we feed it to HeyGen AI to train an avatar that can talk in real time, like this. So he knows what I look like, how I talk, when I move, what kind of facial expression, and also my sound.
Clones, digital twins, and AI agents are all products from the surge of startups promising to alleviate boring workloads and make you money whilst you sleep.
10 people could be talking to you at once, or 50 people, or however many people. You can have these independent conversations. And so a question around that might be like, okay, but how do we know what it's talking about? How do we feel confident and safe about the types of conversations it's having? Well, it's only trained on data that I've given it, no other data. So it can have these autonomous agentic conversations, but in a kind of very controlled manner.
But we know that AI can hallucinate and make things up despite recent improvements.
What I like to focus on is AI twins that are based on a real human being that's tied to that real human being, and scale and augment and enrich the value of that real human being in order to kind of create more returns to that human. So that's what I'm a proponent of. There's lots of sort of ancillary things to this which are a little murky and potentially quite damaging.
If we give our digital clones such agency, what if it makes the wrong decision?
it can trap you into sort of, in this sort of, we call it affective echo chamber, where it's just, giving back what you want to hear, right? Unlike human, we disagree all the time, we ask questions, we challenge each other. If you're always interacting with AI, it means that you can now get stuck in this. So, and the empathy that AI have is a pretend empathy because it doesn't have real understanding of the human experience, right? It's learned from, written text, video, images, and all of that, but it doesn't have real human experience. It doesn't feel pain. It doesn't feel love in the way that human does. It can pretend to understand it. But I think once you take the pretend for the real, that's when there is like issue that come up.
But replicas are being designed to be increasingly true to life. Some people talk, like I might talk like this or move around a lot, whereas others are very like controlled or like disciplined or whatever. Right. Do you look at the personal behavior of someone in your AI model, or is it all the same kind of skeleton, if you like?
Yeah, we are in the middle of being able to pick up those signals more and more. And in the future, the avatar the model can predict, okay, we know Nick, we know how he usually talks. We can probably predict how Nick will talk when he's kind of angry, or when he's very sad, or when he's very excited. Without even you showing us all of those, we will be focusing on making the avatar more expressive, more emotional.
What's next on your mind?
You can be digitally cloned and put your digital likeness to work for you too.
Helen Todd has been using her digital avatar, Helen 2.odd, at conferences for the past couple of years.
I love getting people's reactions. It's either like, oh my God.
So this is the real her, and not shocking enough, right? Or not shockingly, you see what's on her neck. But this is their AI version, digital clone, twin, whatever you want to call it, of her.
Couple of years.
I love getting people's reactions. It's either like, oh my God, or like, I want one, or somewhere in the middle. But if I needed to add like communication layer, or if I'm just not comfortable being on camera, like I can clone myself, or if I'm brilliant, but I'm a nervous wreck speaking, I can clone myself and have my clone be a layer between me and the real person. But I think in the near future, everyone is going to have more hyper-realistic clones.
There's a lot of people here trying to sell digital clones as a product or a service. What would you say to the consumer here?
I really love this book. I think it came from Princeton, called AI Snake Oil. And, it's really captured the essence of it, that people are trying to sell things that is like magical, amazing. But if you look at sort of the economic impact of AI, like, the work from Darren Acemoglu, who just won Nobel Prize in economic science, he showed that the impact of AI on the economy is actually very little. And, people can feel like, well, the AI can give them answer, but they should not forget that, Google had also done something similar, maybe not give you a full essay, but can already give people information at their fingertip, right? But you see people watch cat video rather than go and trying to understand quantum mechanics or whatever, right? So having information, having intelligence at the fingertip doesn't always lead to sort of better life.
Like them or not, AI agents have arrived. What they mean for work, our relationships, and our identity, we'll soon see.
If I could, I'd totally love pizza.
So there you go. Make of it what you will, but just an update, to inform, right, that this thing is moving very quickly, and they're definitely going to be utilizing, and they're definitely going to be utilizing this for some crazy things, right? I can, it wouldn't be far-fetched for at some point for them to introduce some legislations and so on to actually start limiting, and censoring these models, right, that anybody can get access to, only to like governments or so on, or certain big companies, because anybody can use this for whatever nefarious purposes they want and really, really do some real damage, right? Imagine they just like put out a video as though this was some major world leader, that said some crazy stuff. But whatever the narrative, best believe that the time or the era of, the cover story, the false Fs, and then they try to the manifesto, and we found this here, and then the pieces not adding up, and then you have the crisis actors that are here, but then they're also here. All those things are going to be cleaned up, right, when they start using this artificial intelligence in various forms, right, for this. So yeah, there's the warning. But Lord willing, we get delivered out of here soon, right? As it says in Jeremiah 30, he shall be delivered out of it. Because if not, it's not looking good. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying and informative to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.